Ladies and gentlemen, I haven't made a full video in like 2 weeks because WWE is just not good right now, in my honest opinion. Ever since after Backlash, it's just right down the middle. Like we're in like a bumpy road. Like some shows are good and some are just not good. And there's also in my personal life as well that like, do I want to review Monday Night Raw? Do I not want to review Raw or like SmackDown? Like, it's hard for me to keep up with everything that's going on in the world of wrestling right now. I've been active a lot on Twitter recently. Now, if you guys want to follow me, that's at Ethan Soy Show. You can see what's been going on with me over there. And I talk about like stuff from like WWE, Fortnite, and maybe interact with a few people. So once again, that's at Ethan Soy Show on Twitter. I'm still not calling it X. So now that I got that out of my system, let's get into the Clash in Italy predictions, as the first match I want to talk about is for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, as it is a rematch from Saturday night's main event. It is Becky Lynch defending the title against Sol Ruca. Now this all started when Becky Lynch was confronted by Sol Ruca. They were having this interaction with each other and they were attacking each other. Then they had a match at Saturday night's main event, which didn't even last like 10 minutes because Becky Lynch is a coward and she just wanted the easy way out, as during the match, Sol Ruca was going for her Soul Snatcher finishing move, and Becky Lynch turns out that she was right next to referee Jessica Carr. She ended up pulling the referee, and Sol Ruca, probably mid-move, actually realized that Becky Lynch was pulling the referee, and she Soul Snatched the referee, which actually made Becky Lynch get disqualified. Becky Lynch assaulted Sol Ruca immediately after the match. Backstage, Becky Lynch was confronted by SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis. Why was Nick Aldis there? Because Adam Pearce was not at the show. Nick Aldis told Becky Lynch that she will be having a rematch against Sol Ruca for the Women's Intercontinental Championship at Clash in Italy. Becky Lynch was obviously upset about it, but then she was happy as of last Monday night on Raw, because we found out that Sol Ruca is dealing with an injury. So who wins this match? I'm going with Sol Ruca here. I don't think Becky Lynch is going to hold that title for long. Becky Lynch might come up with a way to cheat and try to retain the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And I'm pretty sure the referee is probably going to be Jessica Carr again. Becky will try to cheat, but then Jessica Carr, the referee, will be right there, catching her trying to cheat. It'll be about time that referees are starting to get smart. I don't know what could happen, but if Becky Lynch cheats, Jessica Carr's right there. Or what if it's another referee? What if something is up? And maybe this could lead to Jessica Carr maybe not wanting to officiate the match, and then maybe she could call somebody else to officiate the match. Who will it be? Well, I don't know. But I am going with Sol Ruca to win the Women's Intercontinental Championship. The next match I want to talk about is for the WWE Women's Championship, as it is a WrestleMania rematch, as Rhea Ripley defends the WWE Women's title against Jade Cargill. Now, I've said this off camera and I've also said this on Twitter, but Jade Cargill is terrible. Sure, she can look like a freaking supermodel, but her wrestling ability is not good. I'm pretty sure you guys might have saw at Saturday night's main event that Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, and Charlotte Flair, they all have to tone down on how good they wrestle because they have to make sure that Jade Cargill looks good here. When in reality, she's not. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same thing when we get to Clash in Italy, that Rhea Ripley has to tone it down so that she can make Jade Cargill look good. Not only that she's terrible in the ring, she's also terrible on the mic too. Hearing her talk along with her so-called baddies talk, I just want to mute the TV. Or better yet, turn it off. Now, as of last weekend at Saturday night's main event, Jade Cargill and her so-called baddies took on Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss, and Jade Cargill got the win for her team by pinning Rhea Ripley. So, with that said, my prediction on this match, since Jade Cargill pinned Rhea Ripley's going to get this win. And I hope that Jade Cargill never gets another opportunity at the women's title ever again. Because at this point, with this version of Jade Cargill, they're just waiting for Bianca Belair to come back. But she can't because she's pregnant. Congratulations to Bianca Belair, by the way. Oh, and Montez Ford. Can't forget about him. Now, the next match I want to talk about is for the WWE Championship, as the current champion, Cody Rhodes, goes one-on-one with the ring general, Gunther. Now, this all started a few weeks after WrestleMania, that Cody Rhodes took on Ricky Sainz. Obviously, it was Ricky Sainz' first night on the main roster. Cody Rhodes beat him, but then all of a sudden, Gunther comes out from out of nowhere and puts Cody Rhodes to sleep. Remember when Gunther saved Paul Heyman from Seth Rollins earlier this year before WrestleMania? Gunther owed him a favor. And apparently this was the favor. Gunther be moved to SmackDown, and he would guarantee to face Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. So Cody Rhodes was going to call out Gunther, but then Paul Heyman ended up giving Cody Rhodes the contract to the match at Clash in Italy so that Cody Rhodes can sign it, and then I believe it was the next week, Gunther had to sign it. So we go into next week, Cody Rhodes sets up the contract signing segment. You know, he sets up the table, he puts the chairs, you know, how a contract signing would look like. Then, all of a sudden, Gunther comes out, but then he just says that he doesn't want to sign the contract? What? So then, all of a sudden, Royce Keys comes out. Royce Keys says, well, if he's not going to sign it, then I will. And then this led to a number one contender match between Royce Keys and Gunther, and the winner will become the number one contender. Like, Gunther could have just signed the contract, dude. We didn't even need this match. Like, I get it. Royce Keys versus Gunther, that will be a match that everybody would want to see, but this is not how you do it. Gunther won the match anyway. And as for Cody Rhodes, he obviously got the upper hand on Gunther, giving him the Crossroads, which SmackDown ended that night. And then the next week, I believe it was like Cody Rhodes interacting with Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is starting to be like this heel. Like he can't take it anymore. Like he wants to be loved again. He complains on how Cody Rhodes is the golden boy. And he also says that Cody Rhodes basically gets what he wants, which he's talking to Nick Aldis about, which Cody Rhodes is standing right behind him. This leads into a match between Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes, which obviously leads to Cody Rhodes winning. And then Gunther coming after Cody Rhodes and putting him to sleep. Now this one right here is interesting because Sami Zayn will usually help Cody Rhodes, but he just didn't. And the thing is, Sami Zayn is Cody Rhodes' best friend. Or is he? Now who wins this match? Now look, this is Gunther's first opportunity at the WWE Championship, and Cody Rhodes just won the title at WrestleMania. Actually, before WrestleMania. You move Gunther to SmackDown, and you have him fight Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship, and having him potentially lose? WWE should have waited on like SummerSlam, or maybe like a WrestleMania. But I guess they just wanted to do this right now because WWE is in their European tour right now. Now, before I say who wins this match, we gotta look at the SmackDown roster. Gunther's there. Cody is the WWE champion. We have Royce Keys. Where's Randy Orton? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Where's Randy Orton? Oh wait, that's right. He's currently injured. SmackDown's roster is just terrible. And even with the NXT call-ups, it's still awful. But you know what? I think I do have something in mind here. Cody Rhodes retains the WWE Championship. But then out of nowhere, Randy Orton returns. And maybe this could be the proper build to their match, maybe like at Night of Champions or something, to properly do their match, which was supposed to happen at WrestleMania, but this time without Pat McAfee or Jelly Roll. But what about Gunther? What does he do? I put him in the King of the Ring tournament. But I'm sure WWE or TKO ain't gonna do that because they're clueless. Now the next match I want to talk about, I really need to talk about this. I haven't posted my thoughts on this. It's Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar, Part 2. Now this all started when Obafemi was having his open challenge, which by the way was a failure. So then, one week, we were going to get another Obafemi open challenge, but then all of a sudden, Brock Lesnar reappears on WWE TV. which we thought he retired. Bro really retired at WrestleMania. He put his boots, he put his gloves in the middle of that ring, he left, and then the next night on Monday Night Raw, they did a great video package with Godsmack's I Stand Alone playing, and it was incredible. We thought we would never see Brock Lesnar ever again. But then, all of a sudden, a few weeks later, what I just mentioned just happened. But I believe the reason why Brock Lesnar was back was because that Brock Lesnar retired on his own terms. He didn't want to listen to like whatever TKO told him. So TKO, I believe, they ended up suing him. Or let me say it like this. They didn't sue him, but if Brock Lesnar wasn't going to continue right after WrestleMania, then they were going to sue him. But he's Brock Lesnar. He could do whatever the hell he wants. But I guess under TKO, he has to now listen to them. Whatever. Brock actually gave us an explanation on why he attacked Oba. He said he doesn't want it to end it that way, and he is going to rule over Oba Femi. So then, on the go-home show to Clash in Italy, Paul Heyman was confronted by Oba Femi. Oba Femi signed the contract, which was already signed by Brock Lesnar, and he told Paul Heyman to send this message to Brock Lesnar. Last time, I was fighting to beat him. This time, I'm fighting to kill him. Hey, wasn't that word banned on WWE TV? I guess they just tossed that out of the window. Now, who wins this match? I'm pretty sure some people are going to be saying Oba Femi. But this one, I'm actually going with Brock Lesnar here. Lesnar could make this trilogy into a tie, and then the final match could be a stipulated match, maybe like at SummerSlam or something. And maybe that can be Brock Lesnar's retirement match. Because I'm sure after this match at Clash in Italy, I don't think it's over. Or maybe they do something at like Night of Champions or something. Or maybe like at Saturday night's main event in Madison Square Garden. And then maybe, just maybe, Brock Lesnar's final match at SummerSlam, which is in Minneapolis, he can literally fight somebody else. Now the last match on the show, which is going to be the main event of the show, it is actually Tribal Combat for the World Champion. The current champion, Roman Reigns, goes one-on-one with Jacob Fatu. Now, I thought that their match at Backlash was going to be a one-time match, but they decided that they're going to do like some trilogy, the same thing that they're doing with Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi. Now, at Backlash, Roman Reigns beat Jacob Fatu, but Jacob Fatu wasn't having it, so he attacked Roman Reigns after the match. So then, on the Raw after Backlash, Roman Reigns was going to have an acknowledgement ceremony, and Jacob Fatu had to be there to acknowledge his tribal chief. And Jey Uso was out there to make sure that Jacob Fatu was all calm. But, of course, Fatu wasn't having it. He takes out Jimmy Uso and Roman Reigns. But you thought he was done, because he actually ran back and put everybody through the barricade. So then the next week on Monday Night Raw, Roman Reigns was demanding Adam Pearce that Jacob Fatu should be fired. But Jacob Fatu ended up coming out there and calling out Roman Reigns. Usos came out first, and they were trying to warn on what's going to happen to Jacob Fatu. Obviously, Jey Uso wasn't having it, and he tried attacking Jacob Fatu with a chair. Jacob Fatu was taking out both of the Usos until Roman Reigns came out. This time, Roman Reigns and the Usos got the upper hand because Jacob Fatu was all by himself. And after the attack, Jacob Fatu was about to be fired. But Jacob Fatu, he called out Roman Reigns, and he wanted to do this match in Tribal Combat. Roman Reigns accepted. The next week, obviously, they had another contract signing. But this time, it didn't end in chaos because these guys were talking to each other, and they made a promise that they would not touch each other before Italy. So who wins this match? I'm going with Roman Reigns here because I know it would be shocking for Jacob Fatu to win, but honestly, Roman Reigns holding the title maybe like up to SummerSlam is the way to go if we're WWE/TKO. And obviously, there has been some involvement in Tribal Combat matches, especially with the matches that had Roman Reigns and Jey Uso and then Solo Sikoa as well. So you know there's going to be like Usos getting involved and maybe like, I don't know, someone in the MFTs getting involved? Who knows what's going to happen at Tribal Combat? Anyways, guys, those are my Clash in Italy predictions. What are your predictions? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, tap the notification bell for more videos, follow me on Twitter, @EthanSoyShow, and I'll see you on the next one.